Hey guys, so today's Puerto Vallarta neighborhood real estate episode is in Versalles, and I've actually done another video on Versalles a few years ago, as it was quite a talk amongst real estate agents. It was very much a neighborhood that was kind of booming. So one thing that comes to mind as I'm walking along this Versalles street is a lot of the streets are cobblestones. So they have that traditional Mexican or Puerto Vallarta vibe to them with the cobblestones. But Versalles is mostly now a neighborhood where you'd come to for condos. So they started really building condos here maybe 4 years ago. And the condos are like a 1,000 square foot, 1,100 square foot, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. They're generally priced $350 to $500, somewhere in there. Is a very typical Versalles condo. They're going to have the rooftop amenities. Some buildings have a gym, not all. Some buildings or some units have car parks, not all. Though parking on the streets not so bad here. There's a lot of street parking. One thing about Versalles, really just over the last 3 years, is a lot of great restaurants have opened up here. This, Romantic Zone was all about the restaurants for many years. Versalles is now the place to come for good restaurants. So that is something as well. What you don't really get in Versalles is ocean views. If your condo in Versalles does have ocean views, then you're going to potentially lose those ocean views as more buildings come up. So you're not buying in Versalles to have ocean views. You may get mountain views, which is super beautiful. There are houses in Versalles, but not many. They tend to be a little more traditional Mexican houses, often on large pieces of land. But those plots or those houses are what are being purchased by developers and developed into condo buildings. So there's a few scattered around. They don't tend to come up on the market very much. So if you're looking for a house, Versalles is not really the place to come for a house. There is the odd house that comes to the market, but I don't think of Versalles as a place to get a house. It's to get a condo in that $350 to $500 price bracket, when maybe the same condo in the Romantic Zone is $650, $700. So that's why people have kind of, if they've been priced out of the Romantic Zone, have come to Versalles. But there's a lot to offer here. Also, like the same with Fluvial, Versalles is very close to Costco, very close to La Comer supermarket. And then in terms of going to the beach, depending on where you're positioned in Versalles, you can be 10 minutes walk to the beach, or you can be about 35-minute walk to the beach. And again, the beach is the Hotel Zone beach. So it's not the most beautiful beach in the world, but a great beach to go and maybe have a little swim, take your dog for a walk, that type of thing. And here, to get to the airport, you're about a 15-minute drive, maybe a little bit more than 15 minutes drive. And again, you're close to the British School. So yeah, that's Versalles. Super cute neighborhood, really lovely vibe, lovely in the evenings. If you're exploring neighborhoods and you're wanting to get to know some of the neighborhoods around PV, come to Versalles in the evening, go for a nice dinner and walk the streets. And again, very safe neighborhood. A lot of people compare it to La Condesa in Mexico City. Just kind of cool and a nice neighborhood. You're not going to get nightclubs here, so there's not the loud nightclub noise that you need to worry about if you say were to purchase in the Romantic Zone. But of course you get the natural noises of Mexico. It's a lively neighborhood. You don't tend to get the roosters or anything like that, but there's the city noises that you do get in in Versalles. Also, There is a pocket of Versailles that does have similar houses to Fluvial, but just a small pocket. And then there's chunks of land, large chunks of land owned by Mexican families that might have a big hacienda on there, and they're sort of in the Mexican families for generations. So those properties don't come to the market, but it really is a mixture. When you're walking around, it is a mixture of condo buildings, hacienda houses behind big gates, small houses. But as a buyer, you're mostly going to have access to the condos that are for sale here. So you've got everything from the mum and pup restaurants, eateries, and Versailles, all the way up to very high end restaurants. And then this is a typical condo building here in Versailles. So a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom in there with a car park. It's going to be around that 430,000 US dollar mark. And then, like I mentioned, behind this wall there's a large piece of land that is sitting there for potential development one day. So more about Versailles. There's a lot of the medical doctors have their offices in Versailles. So dentistry and plastic surgery and cardiologists, all the different types of doctors you can think of. A lot of them have offices here. So that's something that's a good thing. Also, from a rental point of view, a condo here you can rent on the long-term market, so maybe 30,000 pesos, 35,000 pesos a month for that typical 2-bed, 2-bath condo in Versailles. Or you've got the short-term market, rental market is an option as well. It's never going to be quite as good as the romantic zone or the hotel zone or beachfront, but it's still pretty good. But if that's what you're buying it for, it's not the best, but you can still rent short term in Versailles for sure. So Versailles is not all brand new condos. This is a condo building that's been here for quite a while. It's probably 20 years old. They don't tend to have the sexy amenities with the rooftop pools and everything. Often they will have an interior swimming pool, and sometimes no swimming pool at all. And those sorts of condos, they go for sort of around the $250,000 mark. But there is a difference in how they feel compared to a brand new 2 or 3 year old condo that are the new buildings. And then just this is a big hacienda house on the corner here. You've got another house over there, and then if you look up there, that's Vallarta way up there. So that's a big building of about 100 new condos in Versailles, right on the edge of Versailles. And it really has a Mexican vibe in this neighborhood. Super cute. So Versailles still has hints of the Mexican flair and vibe that we enjoy, whereas Fluvial, in a different episode, uh, is a little more cookie cutter and is lacking a Mexican vibe and flair. Okay, so here's some more in Versailles. So you can see really cute streets. Great Italian restaurant here. Tacos on the corner. And then mixed in with these brand new developments like this. And on this particular corner, there's two developments. There's one there as well. And then great places for breakfast just in here. So really nice walkable neighborhood. Lots of character and charm. Want to buy property in Puerto Vallarta? Quality properties sell fast. Most people find out too late. We send an email once a week with new listings, new developments, and educational videos on how to safely buy real estate in Puerto Vallarta. To sign up, it's free, it takes about 10 seconds, and we just need your email address. And if you decide it's not of value to you, you can unsubscribe anytime. Join up below or go to our website and sign up there.